Hey everyone, welcome to our engineering release meeting for September 25th to October 8th. So I'm just sharing my screen to show you this was our mascot for the iteration. So I hope it gave everyone just a message of hope doing all this contentful migration. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and share what I worked in this iteration. Oh, sorry. So for the situation, I worked on a few updates for the homepage. We removed the last slide we had and we placed it for a card. And we also, sorry, I think I'm still sharing my screen. Not sure.
Not anymore, no.
Okay. But yeah, we worked on that update for the homepage. I also worked in a few word tour pages updates, and I migrated content for the word tour landing page, and I finally migrated all the word tour landing city pages. Sorry. I also worked on the licensing fact page migration, and I'm currently working on the submit page migration. The homepage migration is gonna roll over to the next iteration. I think that's it for me. I'm gonna pass it over to Timmy.
Thanks. Okay, so I had a lot. Did my camera just like zoom out?
Mine did that too the first time I started talking. I noticed
Oh.
it. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh my God. Okay. So you still can see me. Okay. So I had a bunch of like bug fixed issues, and I still have them actually. The one about our review app and the navigation repo, it's almost working. Like I picked 3 or 4 bugs, so I'm really close to end it. And I asked for Javi's help today because it broken after we migrated to V, so it's almost working. I just need like a small fix. And I'm almost finishing our hard-coded code on navigation, because it's my first time doing something like this on Contentful. So John is helping me. We are almost finishing. And after that, I have those issues about the canonical links and hreflang attributes. But I was investigating it, and it looks like if I fix one, all the 4 are going to work. So I think this is good. I'm almost finishing everything. So, yeah, that's it for my part, and I will pass it over to Nathan.
Thanks. Yeah, the last iteration, there was a request to get rid of /learn. So yeah, maybe if someone has that page going to Contentful, maybe don't do it. It looks like we want to redirect that to the levelup.gitlab.com page. So the work's done for it. I think they're just waiting for approval before we hit merge. Then I was migrating the pricing page to CMS. So I put the data in Contentful, but I haven't actually hooked it up in the page. So I'm hoping to get to that today, but I'm sure I'll hit a roadblock and it might carry over till Tuesday or whenever we're back from Thanksgiving. GA4 worked with the SRE team and Dennis. So we have the access token and it's in Contentful now, which is awesome. But then we went to use it and it said the API is not enabled in GA4. So now I have to go back to the SRE team and just have the switch flipped. Hopefully next iteration we'll get to demo that. Stages, categories, features. Worked a lot with the product team. Jackie was amazing. Dave Steer was super helpful. We managed to remove all the competition fields and all the pricing fields from features YAML. So features YAML is now down to 8,000 lines from 12,000. So it's a small step, but I'm hoping we get that down to just a couple thousand in the next couple iterations. Next up is the old analytics pages. So I worked with the analysis team and Ryan to figure out what we're going to do with these old ones because we're holding like 2019 Gartner pages, 2018 Gartner pages. So it looks like we got the go ahead to delete a bunch of the low traffic ones and then redirect them to the new ones. So that's done. And then a bunch of CI/CD prep work for the blog. We have to make sure. So what's happening now is in buyer experience, we're taking that dist folder and we're dropping it into pretty much the deploy that www's doing. So now I have to do the same thing with the blog. And so just making sure that like this triple merge of 3 repos is working well on GCP. So that's a work in progress. I'm working with Matteo on that one. And then did another round of www cleanup. So all the topics pages are gone from www. All the DevSecOps pages are gone from www. And then like a dozen other ones. So I went a little bit hard, I guess, on deleting. So if anything pops up next week, I'm sorry. We'll bring them back. But we had to try it. Next up is Miracle.
Thank you. This iteration, I had a couple bug fixes. So I fixed this text overflow for the pricing page in German. And then I also fixed our highlight button that was weird for our Lockheed Martin logo on the homepage. And the rest of my iteration was all about this Glex experiment. I'm getting this MR through the review processes. It's gone through 3 rounds of review. I'm sending it back out for its 4th today, and then it should have 3 or 4 more rounds after that. With that, I'll send it to Javi.
Thanks, Miracle. This iteration I worked on, for one, I updated the internationalized homepage content files. So all of the different translations have updated content that match with the homepage for our English. And then I spent the majority of my iteration working on a script to migrate all of our topics content files over to Contentful. There's about like 50 or so, and I was starting to do them manually, and then I thought that is not fun. And so I wrote a little script to do that, and I've been testing it a file at a time to see if all of the fields are working as intended, and it looks like it's getting really close. So I'm just gonna let it run on the topics content directory, and then just everything should be over. So I'm not sure when I'll be done with that. Hopefully today, but I suspect it'll probably take longer. So that's it for me. Next person, Megan.
Megan's, I'll speak for her. Pull up her stuff. Megan was also in Contentful. Whole iteration, migrated over the software faster page, all the terms page, the customer landing page. Also started having conversations with Oleg and Daniel about the Argo Contentful delivery. We're kind of working on that now that we're getting a little more content into Contentful. She's been having more conversations around there. And I know that she's also working on some of the support pages. But that when she left yesterday, this is what she told me to let everyone know. I will hand it to Laura.
I think it's Miguel next, but maybe I'll just go. I'll skip ahead.
I don't, because I opened up the Slack, I don't have like the boards open, so skip ahead. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, now I'm not ready. I should have been ready. Okay, so this iteration I did a small fix to the features page. One of the filters said, filter by plan. We updated that to say subscription tier because plan is one of our stage names, a little ambiguous. And then otherwise it was all CMS stuff. So I migrated over the dedicated page and the solutions landing page, and have been working on the education sub pages. So that's /education, and then everything nested under education, like education/join and EduSurvey. They're all using the same page file and iterating over them. So all of that content lives in Contentful now, and I'm just finessing, making sure that all of those pieces of content are showing up properly on all of the pages. And those education pages are kind of out of date. So I've been swapping out some of the existing components in buyer experience to be newer versions of the same components, like our FAQ accordion and stuff. And so that should be done hopefully by end of day, but it might carry over for a day next iteration. And that's it for me. And now I'll pass it to Miguel.
Thanks, Laura. This iteration, I managed to migrate the solutions code suggestion page to Contentful. We merged that to main, so it's live now. I also did the free trial page, which was a little bit simpler. And I also worked on a couple of updates to events pages that got requested during the iteration. And I closed a component addition to the code suggestions. MR an issue that we won't continue. And finally, I took over some solutions pages migrations. So I'm right now doing the analytics and insights and the startups templates migration to Contentful. So yeah, hopefully that will be ready today also. And I'll pass it over to John.
Thank you, Miguel. Well, this iteration I worked releasing the GitLab, Y GitLab page in Contentful, in our Contentful branch. Also, I made the navigation release 6.0, which has the navigation data extracted from Contentful. So right now in production, the navigation comes from Contentful. And the rest of the iteration, I have been working on the solutions pages. I'm working on the solutions template that has a lot of solutions pages. So I have successfully migrated value stream management, agile delivery, cloud native, and DevOps platform by using the same template. So I'm happy about that. But I do have a lot of pages still to migrate. That's it for me. Next one is Mateo.
Thank you, John. Share my screen. Where is the desktop? Oh, here it is. So I was out for half of the iteration on my time off, and then for this half of the iteration, I added this new logo and animation to the GitLab Duo page. Is this like this low stars one after another, and this new logo. Added the fonts for the blog repository, was not using the correct ones. Then added the new breadcrumb components to the posts in preparation for the actual release production of the blog repo, and also updated the links for the categories to lead to the old category pages that we already had. Then worked on the GitLab Duo migration. This one is pretty much done. I'm just solving the different languages. It's always in English right now, but fixing that. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Wave.